This is a reading video for Boku no Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 25, which is the finale. Links in the description below to go watch my reaction, then come back here to see my full thoughts, ideas, and theories about the show, this season, that kind of thing. Since it is a finale, I'll be talking about my full thoughts on the whole season, and so on and so forth. So click away now, or be spoiled as to what happened in this episode. Okay, so it was a pretty alright finale. I liked it a lot. It seemed very like low key, like they're just doing gearing up for the thing, whatever, whatever it's I can't remember what they call it. The thing in the woods or whatever that they're gonna be gone for like a week for or whatever. It was mostly that, like them, getting ready for that basically, and then a bunch of villain stuff too. Well, in the beginning, whatever. So I thought it was gonna be just that, like just funny bits of them, getting gear, all that kind of stuff. But then it just all flipped, and all of a sudden, Deku is like right in the freaking center, the grasp of Hand Guy, which I can't remember his name. Hold on, let me look it up quick. Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Remember, his name is very hard to pronounce. For me, anyways. I'm trying to find a picture of him so I know which one. Yeah. Tomura Shigaraki. Shigaraki, I think is how you say it. I'm probably wrong. 100% wrong, probably. Anyways, him. He just appears out of thin air, literally, at the mall, and like grasps Deku by the neck, and it's basically holding him at gunpoint. Basically, is like but holding him at PowerPoint, whatever you want to call it. And like threatens him to like not say anything, otherwise he'll go on a killing spree, and then get away before even a single pro shows up. But ultimately he was what's the term? I want to say reflecting. He was trying to understand his own motives, like why he does what he does, and he's trying to get information on like himself, kind of thing, if that makes sense. He was trying to reflect on his own mind. Almost like what a therapist does. The therapist just sits there and lets you talk, and then you kind of, or tells you a little bit here and there, and then you kind of just figure it out yourself, or it's revealed, kind of thing. So in this case, Deku was the therapist, and oh my god, Shigaraki was the patient or whatever. Just he was offloading all of his needs and wants and doubts and hatred, and just he was everything on Deku. He was sitting there all nonchalant, just like holding Deku's neck as he's like explaining why he dislikes Stain, and like why everyone, like he's questioning why everyone likes him and why everyone still smiles and like all this kind of stuff. Like he went on for a while, like all this kind of stuff. But that went on for a little bit, and then that's when Infinity Girl, aka Uraka, came up, basically because she left him, basically because she got flustered and ran off, which is really funny. But she came back to kind of like try to make amends or whatever, and then was revealed that Stain was there. So that whole thing took off. But yeah, I liked it. It was really, really good. Good ending. I felt like it might have needed a. No, actually, I was gonna say it might have needed a bit more. What I'm trying to say, a bit more stuff with the kids, more so than it did. In this case, it was just Deku that was mostly like the target kind of thing of this episode. Uraraka was kind of there as secondary, whatever. But the 1A kids, they're doing shopping and everything, but we kind of just briefly kind of saw them, and then they were in the background for a couple scenes, that kind of thing. I would have liked to see a little bit more of them. But I understand how this episode was mainly just Deku and Shigaraki. I keep having to scroll down on this list to find his picture so I know what his name is. Because up until this point, I don't think I've ever said his name until I keep saying hand guy or whatever. Anyways, it was a really good finale. I liked it a lot. Um, so what's up next would probably be the summer stuff and exams, that kind of thing. The practical in the woods thing, whatever it is. I can't remember. I think is it practical? I think they already did their practical exam. Anyways, they were doing some kind of exam basically in the woods as their maybe as their finale or final their final for the semester or something like that. Anyways, I expected that whole like woods thing. Definitely more villain stuff with new recruits and everything. I'm wondering if we are going to see more of the villains we saw prior, besides the schoolgirl and the zombie-looking dude, or patchwork zombie-looking dude. There was also the spiky guy in the woods, which I was thinking when they're in the woods that guy would show up, kind of thing. So maybe that's still a thing. Also, there's somebody else. There's other villain that I'm not thinking of. I can't think of anything. There's somebody else. There's somebody else that they showed as a villain in the group in the same episode when Stain was doing his monologue, viral video type of thing. So we'll probably see them again, maybe, or we won't. I don't know. I feel like that was mostly just to say like a lot of villains are thinking the same way, kind of thing. They want to join up with Stain, um, and we're only gonna see like the more fleshed out ones, the one that are like the worthy of being like a villain kind of thing. Because I'm sure like even villains have like an entrance exam, not in the same style as like the children do, but like they're gonna have to pass a test, do this, do that, kill this person, whatever, and then like you're in kind of thing. Um, it seems like All for One is still watching like with the cameras and everything, the whole shebang basically. Uh, he seems to be letting Shigaraki, sorry, um, do his own thing that we saw at the very end there, letting him do his own thing until he needs help or he asks for help or whatever he said before. Um, but yeah, we had a moment with All Might that was pretty good, pretty great. I was gonna say like great, but I half said gr and then I said good. Anyways, um, he was mentioning how he can't save everybody because he doesn't know that anybody needs saving, kind of thing. Like he was saying, like everyone, like there could be somebody in the world screaming his name to help, but he can't hear him because he doesn't have that kind of power, kind of thing. Um, so he's constantly, always not rescuing or not saving everyone because not everyone can be saved at one time because he's only human. Um, so that was a really cool moment. That was like I think it was the first time um, any hero has said something similar to that. Like he's the first person to be like, I'm I try my best, but I can't get to everyone, like type of thing. Like I don't think any other hero's ever done that. Like outright admitted that, and I think that's what screams. The best hero, number one hero, whatever. Like he himself realizes he can't save everybody, but he tries anyways, and that's probably what makes him like who he is. Not only just his power, but like his mindset is sort of in that state too. So that's probably why he was chosen to be uh, the predecessor or whatever for One for All. And same with Deku, his mindset and everything like that kind of shifted and or not shifted, but like his mindset and everything can be molded the same way as All Might, kind of thing, so he can kind of think these same ways on his own or guidance or that kind of thing, um, so he can become the best hero, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens next. I'm hardcore thinking that the villain organization is going to interfere with the UA kids again, and vice versa. All Might, basically. Um, and even the detective at the very end was talking to All Might, saying that he should leave UA because he's the target. The villains are trying to kill him, and because he's at UA, they're targeting the UA kids to get to him. That sort of thing. So he's kind of inadvertently putting them in harm's way, whether he knows it or not, kind of thing. Like he's putting them in harm's way. Um, so that's why he was saying you need to leave UA, which it sucks, but I can fully understand why he said that. Fully, 100%. I understand. I fully understand why he said that because he knows all about All Might. He knows his power set. He knows all, well, I mean not all of his power set, but he knows All for One. He knows All Might. He knows Deku. I think he knows Deku's the next in line. I'm not sure if he actually knows that. Not sure. But because that's the thing. Like a lot of teachers seem to know a bit about All Might, but only sections of All Might. Not all or One for All. They don't know anything about One for All. They just know that he can what they it's like I remember some of the teachers like they know he's like a disciple whatever of All Might. He's like he's an underling of All Might. They all know that. They all know they have or he has Deku has somewhat his power. Like I know Infinity Girl realizes that, I think. I don't think Aizawa knows like that same mindset kind of thing, or that same thing. I'm, I'm trying to blink. I'm trying to think of words and I can't think of anything. Um, Words are hard. Okay. I feel like the officer dude does know everything. I feel like Recovery Girl knows everything about One for All. Um, Only select few know about One for All, like fully, 100%. Everything about All Might, One for All, they know it. Like a select few. I feel like this detective guy does. I think it was explained that he does, if I remember correctly. He was saying he's a longtime friend, that kind of thing. Recovery Girl also knows because she tried to heal him and it didn't work. I believe. I believe she said that. I believe Recovery Girl said she tried to heal All Might with the wound with his stomach and everything, but it wouldn't work, or it didn't work, or it was too late, or something like that. It failed. Um, so Recovery Girl knows maybe not all of it, but I know she knows quite a bit. So knowing that he or knowing the detective, knowing that he knows All Might is like at this weakened kind of state, he knows that he can't fight forever, kind of thing. So that's why I'm thinking he's telling All Might to leave UA because, like, regardless of if they attack once, like that's one time. Like, but like they're villains. They're gonna keep trying. They're gonna keep trying and find a better way to do it, and like all this kind of stuff. So he can't do it forever, basically. And it's going to put the kids in harm's way, and the kids are going to start dying off or something, so whatever, something get hurt because of the villains trying to get to All Might, that kind of thing. So yeah, I do see why he wants All Might to leave UA, but at the same time, I think, well, I don't know. I feel like All Might. I feel like he should leave UA as well. Um, but not from being a teacher. I think, well, for sure, he should still teach Deku. That's for sure, 100%. He still should teach Deku. Um, but I just don't know where. Like, he's he's mostly going to be in school for most of the time. So if All Might can't, like, teach him there, then, like, he's going to, on his off time, like, after school, like, sessions or, whatever, I'm not sure. But I do feel like at some point All Might is going to fail to save somebody. There was a moment where he was saying how, or the detective was saying how he's saved every person that he's gone to help. Like every uh, event that All Might goes to save, he saves everyone that's involved. Uh, a good example would be the bus incident that Deku and Bakugo and just everybody like watches on TV, like of All Might. Like I think it's like his coming out story, or whatever. Like is that's his first um, time being like All Might. Um, the moment where he saves a bunch of people and he's like carrying it on the back, and you're just like coming up the bus kind of thing. That moment, the what the detective was saying, mess up that word. He was saying that all the people involved in that incident, All Might saved every single one of them. No one died. I don't think he never said anything like that, but it was kind of like it was said that way, like no one died on his watch, kind of thing. Like he saved everybody. Um, there might have been some deaths prior to him arriving, or what have you, but the ones that were alive when he arrived, they all lived. I think is what the detective was getting at. Like when he gets there, everyone's good, everyone's okay, everyone's fine. And if you keep at that like level of like success, then the symbol of hope, right? Like there's just like this embodiment of just like we're saved kind of thing. Like it lives on through everybody, and that's why people smile in the streets and everything because they know we're safe. Um, so that was really interesting. I did really like that. The whole conversation about symbols and All Might's. Cause like I said, I said I said this at the beginning too. But uh, the detective said he saves everyone that he he every event he goes to he saves them kind of thing. But at the same the other side of the coin, or whatever, All Might said himself, he can't save everybody. There's people on the other side of the world or around him or whatever screaming his name for help, and he can't get to everybody. So I think that's a pretty cool different twist on like his character, because like he himself, like I said at the beginning, he himself knows he can't save everybody. But then the detective even says like he does save everybody that he can. Like everybody he can, he does save. Um, he's never lost anybody kind of thing. That's kind of like the gist of it. Gist of it. I just love that concept. Like I don't know why. Like it's I can't put it into words because it's like him All Might being like the best hero kind of thing. Everyone sees him as like a god, or whatever, like the best hero in the world. Um, all of this kind of stuff, and then there he is, like everyone's like praising him, like oh he saves all these people, he does all this and this and this and this and this, and he's a great hero, all kind of stuff. And then in his mind, he's like, yeah, but I can't save everyone. And then that's like just like a big kind of like thing in my mind. Like even it, you have to accept that as like I think that's what makes a good hero is you can't save everybody. But he tries. He tries to save everybody, and the ones that he does save are the ones to live on to you know, say like, "Oh, he saved me," kind of thing. He saved everybody. He's the greatest. But then in his mind, he's still saying, "Yeah, but I could have went downtown to the other thing and saved the other people there, and whatever." Like I'm thinking that's kind of what in his mind what goes on. Um, but yeah, I cannot wait for next season. Uh, right now, I don't think there's any word on if or when next season's gonna happen. Season 3. But you best believe when it does happen, I will for sure do it. This show is awesome. I love every single character. If you've been a long time running fan of mine, I love unique characters and that kind of thing for shows and everything. Um, and this is no freaking exception. Like every single character is very unique. So yeah, Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comment down below about what you thought of this episode and the season as a whole, and your thoughts on everything, basically. Obviously, no spoilers for manga content or manga content, whatever. That has not been animated yet, as in the show kind of thing. Because I know there is. I'm pretty sure there is manga of future stuff, basically. So avoid talking about any of that. If there is spoilers in chat, my moderators will remove it, and I will not read it. So if you want me to talk to you down below and converse with you and everything, leave a comment down below with no spoilers, and I will get back to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next show / season 3 when it pops up. Take care, everybody.